All right, so let's look at problem number 2. What equation do you get when you solve ax minus bx equals c for x? So what we are doing is we're solving for x. That's what they're saying to us. They want us to solve for x. So this is a little trickier. So the initial problem is ax minus bx equals c. Okay? So we have to isolate x. Okay? We've got to get x by itself. Now, how do we do that when we have ax and bx? What can we pull out of both terms? What do they have in common? X. Okay, so let's yank our x out and stick it right there. Okay? Now, you multiply, in this problem, you multiply a by x and you multiply b by x, correct? So if you stick an x outside of a parentheses, when you're using the distributive problem, aren't you going to give that x back? Okay, so if we pull our x out, then we are left with a minus b. You're just pulling out your x. It'll get more complicated than that, but right now, all you're doing is pulling out your x. Because let me show you. If you pull out your x, that x times a minus b is the same exact thing as ax minus bx, using the distributive property. So if you distribute it, okay? X times a is ax, minus b times x is bx, all right? So if you distribute it and give it right back, which you're not going to do, but just for the sake of showing you how it works, if you distribute it and give it back to your a and b using the distributive property, it would be the same exact thing, okay? All right, so let's take that off. And we've rewritten it x times, parentheses, a minus b, parentheses, equals c. So we're still solving for x, all right? What are we looking at? Is this multiplication, division, addition, subtraction? What are we looking at on the left side? We're looking at multiplication, okay? So how are we going to get our x by itself? How are we going to isolate that variable? You're going to what? Okay, what did we just say we're looking at? So how do we isolate a variable? We divide, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to divide a minus b off of it, okay? And over here, we're going to divide a minus b off of it. So these two terms cancel, just like we've been doing, and you're left with x on one side, and you're left with c over a minus b on the other side. And that's your answer. So that is how you isolate a variable when only using variables. If they ask you to solve for x, that would be how you do it.